and welcome back to the Victim to Victor podcast. My name is Anu and I'm your host. Now today is a very special episode because I have David Challenor back.
Hello, everybody.
So David has kindly offered to provide us with a few workshops. Well, I say a few, but about 10 to 12 workshops. And the workshops are going to be aimed for those of us who are looking to have healing, to lead a healing life and discovering what makes us happy. These are going to be workshops led by David and myself, so we really look forward to serving you. Okay, David. Now, this is the first episode, and today we are going to be looking at removing blocks.
Understanding, maybe. A lot of people, obviously, they walk around with the belief that what is wrong with me, unknowingly, they don't realise what part of their life or emotion is holding them back. This first one, I think, is important because sometimes we have to recognise what it is that's holding us back. Yeah. And meditation, it could be like a guided meditation. And you can listen to it as many times as you wish. And that's the purpose. Because in your own interpretation, you will change this meditation to suit your needs and your lifestyle. It's going to be channeled. It's going to be very deep. So whatever's coming through me will be guided. I feel that the guidance comes through and I speak the words, and hopefully the words will have a significance and have a meaning. Okay. And you will try to be in that moment within this meaning. And we will hope, without giving too much away, because the technique is about the surprise, because afterwards I'll explain why you've chose certain things. And I can't give that away just yet because that is the magic, that you don't know what I'm going to do. Okay. You don't know what I'm going to say. But afterwards I'll explain exactly why you've gone there. Okay. And that's the beauty of it.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So all you got to do is to just go with the flow. Try to be in a state of calmness. Yeah. Feel relaxed. Make sure that you can listen without anybody interrupting. And just go with it. It's a meditation, basically. Yeah. But there are healing techniques within my meditation. Okay. So let's just follow. And I've done this a few times, this particular one. But each time it comes out different.
Right, okay.
And that's because I'm flavouring what people want at that moment. Now, maybe if it was you today, it would come through different. But as it's a general thing where lots of people are going to be listening, it's going to be for them. It's not for us. It's for them. And the people that are listening will get a lot from it, I feel.
Brilliant. So where do you believe that we have most of our blocks?
Well, relationships are the main thing. Okay. Loss, when people lose people, is another one. But the most thing, I feel that most people suffer from relationship problems, whether it's to do with family, but as they get older, it's to do with people. Whether it's a female or a male in their life, they find it hard to process. People don't understand what relationships are. We fumble, we find our way in life through experimenting, and half the time our experiments can be painful. And we get mixed up with the idea of love and what that is. You know, most people, you know, love is like an infatuation to most people. And obviously you got that sexual urge, but that's not being in love. That is being a sense of being loved for a very, very short time. And people really, really get mixed up with the two. To be in love is the complete thing. No. Some people never, ever feel that they're in love. So for me, you know, when two people come together, I'm going to give you a little tip, everybody. This is something that I feel in my heart, and I feel it so strong. Okay. When you meet a beautiful soul, male, female, do not think that you're going to own that person. When you met, you were free. You were not handcuffed. You were not bound. You loved that person because she was or he was the most perfect thing to you in your eyes. So do not try to encapture. Try to work with their freedom. There were no handcuffs at the beginning. There should be no handcuffs during or afterwards. Okay. So feel free and feel that that person, you're going to enrich and you're going to encourage that person to have the most fabulous life with you, but without conditions or restraints. It sounds really, really strange, but a lot of people, they go into relationships and they try to own it. They try to be in control of it. Men try to be providers, so they can't differentiate between providing and controlling. It's how they've been brought up. Ladies, obviously, they try to nurture. They try to nurture because it's like a nest building. They're like build a nest for their home and their children and what have you. So they've got a completely different thing about a relationship. It's about feeling safe.
Yeah.
And a lot of men obviously don't understand that. But once you understand and you try to encourage the best parts of that person, you will find that you will feel free. You should always, when you're in love, you should always have the idea that you can let that love go because you love them, not because you want to control them. If you can't let them go, then it's not in your best interest that that person should be happy whether she's with you or not.
Yeah, that's true.
Conditions are an absolute nightmare in humanity because we put conditions on ourselves and then we put conditions on others and then everything becomes blocked and nothing flows and with any rhythm, in fact.
And I can totally relate to that because I feel that when you're insecure within yourself, then that's when all of those traits come out of trying to control and just trying to make someone else, make you feel better.
Yeah. I had a little, I was quite strange, quite many years ago. I had this young lady that I was seeing and she said, well, tell me what it is then. Tell me what it is about love. He said, tell me. I said, and I was there in the moment and we had like two glasses of Coke at the time and there was an empty glass. And I thought, it must have been given to me from somewhere. Okay. I said, this is how it is. I'm going to pour the two drinks into one glass. Okay. But there's still something remained in each glass. Now, we want to be into the same glass because we really want to be together. But at any time, the other glass could move anywhere. But as it goes anywhere, it wants to come back. When you feel that you can let something go, but share that moment, share that chemistry, it's heavenly. To feel that person really wants to come back to that vessel, that one vessel, at any time. They don't feel quite happy being away, but they have the choice to come back. Yeah. This is free will. This is choice. This is how you enrich a human being, male or female, to really acknowledge their ability to be beautiful inside without control. You can't control anything in life.
No.
As soon as you control it, it gets broken.
So true. Yeah.
So it come through and, it was always there. And I thought to myself, where did that come from?
Wow.
There was obviously the tools in front of me. I mean, what I was going to use, it was like,
Wow. So what do you think it is about you? Because you do have a lot of wisdom and you have a lot of, is it energy that comes through you, your guides, your spirits?
I have a belief for one, and also I have a practicality too. A lot of my friends in the past, when they heard of what I was actually doing, they said, well, Dave, basically we think it's rubbish, all this, apart from the fact that it's you doing it. So they said, because you're doing it, we have to listen. Now, the word for me is discernment. There's a lot of people spiritually out there that do not use discernment. They just say, oh, yes, they take the first thing that's come in or the first thing that somebody's told them about spirituality, and that's it. Sometimes you have to analyse it for yourself. So by being grounded yourself, being an example yourself, then people will follow your tuition, your stories, your beliefs, if you give it any credibility. As soon as you are wishy-washy and hairy-fairy and there's no substance, people lose interest.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's lots of subjects we could cover on that. But, yeah,
That's
for me, it's about being grounded yourself. You've got to be a complete person before you can help others.
This is it. And there's so many people out there who call themselves spiritual. Do you feel it's an overused term now?
Oh, wow, this is a great word. I had this. It's just come through to me today. And I had the energy of being spiritual, and the difference between being a medium and talking to spirit is not being spiritual.
Right. Okay.
Okay, it just means you can actually speak to spirit.
Yeah.
Doesn't make you spiritual. But some people see mediumship as being spiritual. For me, spirituality is about how you live your life, how you feel about your life, and how you feel about others in their life, and how you can enrich the world that we live in.
Yeah.
We are a chemistry of this world. We belong in this world. We have to look after it. Understanding how it works is being spiritual. First of all, you have to find that in yourself. Secondly, you have to then try to put that out for other people to benefit for their highest good, if you can.
Right. Okay, that's interesting. And so just going on to removing blocks now, because I'm quite interested in finding out how somebody who's never even heard of, you know, a blockage within them, how would they know that they have a block?
They normally would feel sort of this ease within their body. They might feel uncomfortable. They may have a curvature in their back. They may feel that their left knee's going or their right shoulder's going. Okay. It all based around the chakra system.
Yeah.
Our chakra system is like an energy or a computer energy within the human soul. Okay? Each chakra processes a part of our life.
Right.
When we actually go through trauma, I'll take one chakra to start with. If it's your heart chakra, which is your empathic, your unconditional love chakra. And if, say, you lost a dear person in your life, that you may feel so heartbroken, your chakra closes, and then for a long period of time, you may create a curvature. And you tend to face down. It's almost like you don't love yourself. You can't be open. The chakra's closed. And the problem is, for a long period of time, it can actually have an effect on your posture. And then other things can happen because our emotions are what kill us. If we live a happy life, we've got a good chance of actually having a healthy life by understanding. We have to have a happy life. Through our healing in ourselves, that spirit needs to be fed. And if we are actually constantly in negative forms and places, we will actually load our physical form with negative substances. We need to be really, really aware of this. We are what we are because it's what we put out there. We bring light in, we send light out. We understand what light is in us. We try to find the greatest part of our soul, our energy. We've all got it.
Yeah. That's so true, because there's quite a lot of ill people that I know at the moment who are suffering, and, you know, they might have some illnesses. And when I think at the mental health, you know, that they have, it is quite depressing and quite negative. And I just feel that that could definitely be interlinked.
Yes, definitely. Mental health is a thing and a word that is evolved over the years. It's always been there, but now they've labelled it. But mental health is it's the pressures we put on ourselves as people. I mean, years ago, they had different pressures. I mean, my mum and dad's age and my grandparents' age, it was just about actually creating a meal on the table and actually having a roof over our heads. And our children had to be healthy. But now we've got all this problem of being successful, being beautiful.
Yeah.
People are constantly trying to make themselves more beautiful, being absolutely fit. So we've got these aspects of our lives that we're trying to achieve.
Yeah.
Each time we have a higher expectation and we don't achieve it, and then we're going to fall down with, well, you know, whether it's anxiety or depression or whatever you want to say. It's what our material world are actually putting on us.
Yeah.
We need to know that we could have nothing, yet we could be happy. Now, that's very easy for somebody living in Tibet, sitting on a mountain cross-legged and doing the arms all the time. His meals are made for him. He lives in an environment where he's born into that. Yeah. Now, in the Western world, we're not born into that. No. We're actually sort of almost like we've been given the gift of materialism that's been our downfall. It's almost like created such pressure on us.
So true. That is so true.
Yeah.
I mean, would you say that we are all in the rat race, or is that a term that's overused?
I think we enjoy the rat race. Okay, we enjoy our houses and our cars and we enjoy our holidays. But, you know, when that enjoyment actually falls and is not there anymore, we actually then become depressed because you can't keep it up. But, you know, this rat race, we choose to be in that rat race. Yeah. We choose to have a better life, a healthier life, successful life. And sometimes it comes back on us. But you have to realise that at some part of your life, you will get ups and downs. It's how you overcome them. You know, everyone has ups and downs, and some people have dreadful ups and downs. It's how we overcome it, and we have to understand it. Before we can overcome it, we have to understand why it's happened in the first place. Now, it's different for everybody. Now, for you, your trauma, it'll affect you in a different way. My trauma will affect me in a different way. So we have to be very, very careful that we are careful with people that deal with trauma in different ways. It's not about, well, this is right and you should be doing that. It's completely wrong. Every person has a soul that resonates and needs a certain amount of care. Yeah. And it's understanding that care. And it takes a lot and many years to understand that it doesn't matter how you process it.
As long as you do.
You've got to process it, but you need someone to help process it. And if you can't get someone to help process it, you need to find it within yourself. I mean, I found spirituality by analysing myself. You know, I said, well, Dave, you're a great person. I said, well, I'm not a great person. Otherwise, you know. So whether I was or whether I wasn't happy. So then I started to search within.
Okay. Wow.
The answers lie within. You can never point your fingers because there's always three fingers pointed back. And, you know, you've got to look at yourself first.
Yeah. So today's guided meditation will help all of my listeners to go within and to discover which chakras may be blocked. Is that correct?
Yes, it's going to give it an insight because afterwards I'll give you a complete breakdown of which chakra you actually harbouring. And I'll explain exactly how these chakras actually work. But it's really good that we're going to go into it blind and then the tuition will come afterwards. And then you will probably recognise where and what I'm saying. How relevant it is to your lives. Okay. So just go with that flow. Don't analyse it. Just go. Whatever I say, just try it.
Brilliant. Okay, fantastic. So what do we all need to do to begin?
Well, we need to all sit very relaxed. Either sit relaxed or lay down. It doesn't really matter. Okay. If people have done meditation before, it's just about getting yourself in a position of relaxation.
Okay.
So when you hear the words, there's no interruption.
Right, okay, brilliant. So I'm also participating today, and so I look forward to this.
Okay. Right, listeners, I want you now to listen to my voice. Imagine now we are on number 10, and as I count down to 1, you will start to relax, and I will talk you through it. 10. Feel your body and your breath relaxing. As you breathe, start to feel a rhythm and a relaxation that goes deep into your lungs. Breathe in light. Exhale stress and start to feel a rhythm in your breath. Each time this breath goes in, feel the beautiful light of creation filling your form. Each time you breathe, you start to feel 9. Your neck, your eyes, your mind starts to feel relaxed. Switch it off. Allow yourself to feel completely relaxed. Then allow this energy to go down into your shoulders and feel the relaxation in your shoulders, completely relaxing, no tension. This energy moves down to your elbows and into your hands. Start to feel your hands relaxing. Any tension, relieve it and just allow yourself to actually relax. 8. You start to feel your pelvis starting to relax and feel the weight on the chair in your back bottom and start to realize that the weight of your body is filling the chair or the couch that you are sitting in. This energy is now 7. Your feet are planted to the floor and this beautiful heavy feeling of energy into the floor. 6. As the floor opens up, roots come out of your feet into Mother Earth, being nurtured. Feel grounded. Start to feel all your stress going down out of your body and down into the floor. Soon, the roots will go so far into the ground. You go way down to the center of the earth. And then there'll be a beautiful cave in the center of this earth. This cave is filled with the most beautiful crystals, every color you could possibly imagine. Pick one, hold it, remember the color, and as you bring your awareness back, feel your energies coming back from this beautiful cave into your feet, way into your heart. Just remember this crystal, the color is significant. Now, your heart now emanates a beautiful energy, and your soul, almost like, sits out of your body, and you can see in your mind's eye a beautiful energy, an apparition of yourself, an energy that's so beautiful and light. And this energy starts to become small, so small you can see this energy at your feet. In a moment you will see a doorway, a lift, a magical lift, a beautiful doorway. A doorway to a place of hope and transition, excitement and bewilderment. What will happen if I enter this door? The door opens and it's a lift, beautiful lift. A beautiful lift of green light with pink going through the middle, like veins in a body. As you stand in your lift, you see buttons 1 to 7. You feel which button you need. Don't analyze, just go with the flow. This energy will take you to a place where you need to see for yourself, a place that you need to heal. Push your button. And as the lift moves, you feel a jolt. And soon the door will open. And the door will open to a room. First, you may be anticipating something. Just go with the flow. This is your meditation. This is your room. As you enter your room, try to imagine in your mind's eye how it looks. Is it tidy? Is it orderly? Is it chaotic? What colours are the rooms? Are there lights? Is there a beautiful window shining through? Imagine this room is a part of yourself. Tell yourself now, are you happy with the way this room looks? Should I take some furniture out, or should I move it about? How would I actually make this place feel airy and light? First of all, remember how it made you feel when you first walked in. Remember the colours on the wall. If you are unhappy with the colours, I would like you to paint these walls of the colour of your choice. Make these walls a colour that makes you feel fulfilled with light and love. These colours are your way out. These colours are about you changing your life. Paint it as many colours as you wish, but make it your choice. Be the rebel. Be the pioneer. Allow yourself to change a room in your mind to your liking. Move the furniture, change it, take the covers off. But remember, is there a window in your room? If there's no window, I wish you to make one. If you cannot make one, see if there's one concealing by a curtain or a skylight. There must be a way of letting light in. You will find a way. Even if you need to build a window, you will find a way to allow light. This light represents you. You are allowing love and light into your life, and you are not going to take no for an answer. This light is going to enrich you because you have made a choice. You have made a choice to change. And you do not like the way it was when you walked in, but it's going to be great by the time you leave. So these choices are about you making these choices. Remove the curtains, paint, rearrange the furniture, create feng shui, create an energy that flows. I'd like you now to just sit back and see your work in action. How does it make you feel? Does your heart feel like it's open to expression and creativity? Do you feel that you've had a choice and you've made this choice yours? Can we make it any better? Can we change this energy? Are you satisfied? If you are satisfied, you can go back into the lift and choose another button if you wish. But as you change that button, you may go to a different floor and a different room. Whatever you do in that room, imagine what we've just done. There may be more than one floor in your life you need to change. Follow the procedure and change it. Sometimes rooms, they have a connection to one another. And I will explain this later. So choose your second room. And when you open the door, now imagine, how does it look? How do you feel? Are you empowered? Do you want to be empowered? Can you change that power? You are in control. Change the colour, the way everything looks, but know that you are in control. I'd like you now to, in one of your rooms, take a seat and breathe in success, power, fulfillment, beauty, and above all, that love that lives inside you needs to be fed. You were fed that by your very virtue, the very virtue that you have changed something in your mind. Your soul will understand, and your abdominal spirit will achieve things now. This will help you move forward by the very virtue that you are powerful. You've changed. You've changed something that's been locked in your mind. Soon, you will start to go back to the lift. And in the door, you walk. You take a glance at your room and you're proud of your achievement. And as you're so proud of your achievement, you glance with a smile a cheeky smile, because you have done this. You have made a difference. Not to anybody else, just for you. For by being successful in yourself, others will achieve their success in seeing the beauty and the change that you have in your life. Soon, the lift will be ready to go down. Feel the lift descending. Feel the grounding of this lift. And as it plummets to the ground, the doors open in a different way, as if there's purpose behind the doors. And as you walk out, your soul, your energy, is a kaleidoscope of colours, because your chakras are all working. They are working on a level that they haven't worked for such a long time. Yellows, reds, pinks and greens colliding around your energy. And as your soul grows in size, feel yourself growing to the size that you are standing right now. And as you look at your soul as if it's a mirror, you see it as an achievement, an out-of-body experience, a mind-compelling action that you've created. It's yours and yours alone. It's your power and success that's brought you here. Your soul is now ready to reignite with your physical form. And as it moves closer, there's a connection like a plug to a socket. It clicks. You know there is work being done. And soon you will feel yourself in your heart chakra once more. This beautiful heart chakra of empathy, love, intuition. You start to get a knowingness. And soon you will be ready to embark on coming back into the room. So after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you're starting to wake. 6, 7, 8, almost there. 9. And just before we hit 10, just hold your breath and just remember the experience you had. 10. And in your own time, please open your eyes and feel how wonderful you've actually been through this journey. How's that feel?
That was powerful. I was somewhere else.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you not choose a room?
Yeah. So, well, my colour was purple. I kept seeing purple.
Okay.
And then I kept seeing gold. And then I saw a flower.
Okay. So purple is your crown chakra. Well, it's your third eye, basically.
Right.
So obviously, with colours, they're really important because you find that purple is one of the most powerful colours. It's actually the Archangel Saint Germain actually is the keeper of the violet flame. So people that look to see truth in their life use their third eye. So if you're actually people of high religious order, like I think the cardinals, they wear purple. It's quite a powerful colour. So I always sort of relate purple with religiosity, somebody that has a belief, a higher belief, or a higher feeling spiritually that they're looking for.
Okay.
And I think that's quite true about you because you're always analysing life and you're always trying to find something better or more of a meaning. You're never really happy with your life as it is in a three-dimensional world. You're always looking for a higher purpose and a higher meaning. And this is probably why you're actually seeing a lot of purple. Okay, your gold is to do with your solar plexus. So it's your personal power. So your personal power is actually trying to work with the idea of understanding that truth.
Yeah.
And maybe your solar plexus works because people may ridicule your power. Maybe there's jealousy about how you're trying to achieve this. So you might be struggling with the fact that people are judging you on your perception and how you want your life to go. It has an effect. This is how the chakras work. We'll go through the chakras a little bit more.
Oh, that's interesting.
But so you found it okay. Did you go to one room or two?
Into two. And yeah, because you mentioned about success as well, didn't you? And I just kept thinking that, everyone's ideal of success is different. And for me, it was more kind of spirituality, kind of just
Third eye.
Awakening and...
Yeah, working out a greater meaning to life, a greater purpose. And also you're always trying to control your ego, which is your solar plexus, because your solar plexus is it's yellow and it's just below the actual chest bone where it comes down with the rib cages. So with your solar plexus, it's about personal power or lack of it. Okay. So if somebody went to their personal power room, which is your base is 1, your sacral is 2, and your solar plexus is 3. So anybody that went to number 3 and they went into their room, they would be trying to achieve control in their life. Whether they're a good parent, whether they're a good mother, whether they're good at their job, whether they're successful. See why you want to have successful actually come up in your meditation. So people that try to create control in their life, and not in an egotistical way,
no,
because it's about being. It's great to be successful, and it's great to be we can't achieve things.
Yeah,
but society doesn't matter. This is your meditation. This is about you. So if anybody went into their solar plexus, which is their number 3, number 3 processes your strength, your power, your indomitable spirit, how you come over to the world, whether you're successful. So if your room is cluttered in number 3, it would make you probably feel that you are not in control. So if your room there is unorderly and the colours are dowdy, maybe it's dark, or, this would actually indicate that you are struggling to try to get control of your life, to try to get it right. So on an emotional level, you're probably really trying hard and you're finding it difficult. So there might be areas of your life, whether it's family, whether it's relationships, whether it's to do with work, success. These are the areas that when you change your room, you may find that there is a major shift emotionally by changing the colours, changing the room around, letting the light in. It's about you empowering that room.
Okay. That, yeah.
So that's really about number 3.
Okay.
We're going to go back to number 1 now, so we can work upwards otherwise. So number 1, I bet there's not many people actually pick number 1. No. But if you did, number 1 is red. It's your base chakra and it's just between our legs. Right. So we only have one aspect of our base chakra. The crown chakra has one aspect. The others have a front and a back. Let me explain that a little bit. The front and the back the front relates to what you feel and what you give out. The back is what other people think of you, how they perceive you. Wow. So when your back of your, say if your back of your solar plexus was closed, it's because maybe people have been criticizing your worth, your capabilities, whether you're good, and your back of your chakra will close.
Interesting.
Okay? Yeah. When your front is open, it's because you are powerful and you know that I can create this, I can create that, I'm a good person, I'm a good mother. So you have that strength, okay? So the base chakra has one aspect, and that's the grounding aspect that goes down between our legs and into the ground.
Okay.
Right. When people block their base chakra, it's because they are lacking security normally. Okay. Now, with lacking security, they can actually feel they have money problems, or how they're going to live, how they're going to eat, how they're going to feel, how they are a good person. Can I hold a relationship down? So all these things, lack of security in one person, for everybody out there listening, it could affect you in addictions, alcohol, smoking, okay, drugs, retail therapy. Okay, all these stresses that actually you become addictive to. My addiction is health and vitality, but hopefully it's not a bad one. But some people have addictions that obviously can affect a lot of their lives, whether it's gambling, which is another one. So what we do, we fill our lives with things we want to do for a quick fix because we feel insecure. So we do things, we eat. These are what the base chakra process is. So when we go into our base chakra and we go into the first floor, we are looking at how secure we are or we're not secure. Also, people that have insecurity problems also can have skin problems, eczema, okay? Skin rashes of all sorts, alopecia. There's all these things that happen to the skin because the skin is connected to your etheric layer of your chakra, which is your red, like that little Ready Breck advert. That is your Ready Breck. That is your red etheric layer that is connected to your physical body. Your closest part to your body is your base.
Right. Okay.
It's your layer that is connected.
Okay.
So, as far as your room is concerned, obviously, if you're lacking security within your life, obviously your number one room will be cluttered, obviously, and then obviously you need to bring colour into it. If you probably manage that, everybody. If you haven't managed it, you can go over this again and again and again, and you will find that you will still be able to use this like 10 years from now. It's not something that you say, oh, I've done it once and that's it. Keep working, because if it's working and the meditation can change these rooms by the very virtue that you know how to follow it, we can change our lives. Okay. Which brings to our next chakra, number 2, our sacral. Okay, people get your sacral mixed up with love. It's not actually unconditional love, it's physical love. It's all the things that make us feel fulfilled, whether it's ego, anger, love, hate, sexual gratification, jealousy. This processes so many areas, which you can understand why people do have tummy problems or gynae problems when they're actually trying to work on relationships. So anything relationship-wise, this can actually have a major problem. So obviously if somebody's been sexually abused in this area, it can have a great effect on their sacral, because it's a horrible energy that's actually been abused. And it's a lot of things to understand, because if you have got hate, jealousy, regret, anger, this is where the sacral holds it. And it's also connected to taste, the sense of taste. The base chakra is sense of smell.
Okay.
So we've now got the sense of taste, albeit it's your tummy. Okay, when we do mediumship, we do higher levels of the chakras where we actually pick up the senses to actually see if there's anybody out there that can bring that energy forward through a taste or a scent or a hearing. So there's ways of training us to use our chakras and our energies by the very virtue of our senses.
Right.
Okay? So our sacral is about relationships mostly with ourselves. Okay, so don't think of relationships with other people. If your relationship with yourself has been abused, and then your relationships with others are going to be equally as bad. So we need to heal our relationship, which comes back to healing ourselves and understanding what has happened to us. If we've been abused, we have to try to understand it. Sometimes you can never understand it, but you have to try in your own way, find a way of understanding. Even if you don't find a cure, you might find a reason. And if you haven't found a reason, you might find a reason for it never to happen again. So there's lots of ways and lots of levels of actually doing it. My best way of actually doing these things is trying to find some positive from a negative situation. Because with every negative situation, there could be a positive, even if it's the fact that you would never go with someone like that again, you know. The fact you've learned something from such a horrible situation, and then maybe you can impart that onto some young person in your life to help them. So there's a ways of looking at it, you know. And I'm not saying it's great to have somebody with all the answers, but I haven't got all the answers. But I do understand how energy works. And I do understand it's difficult for some people. So your sacral chakra is about feeling safe within relationships with yourself and other people, whether it's your children. And you find that people have lots of problems with their stomach area when there's tension. You know, whether they miss a period, whether they have like digestive problems or constipation or whatever it affects this area because the tension in your tummy is so great that your body cannot function, you know? And once we understand it, we get a balance, hopefully. We've already explained the number 3, but we haven't explained the sense, okay? So you've got smell, taste, sight. Right, so obviously it's connected to sight. So obviously go back to it again. It's all about control. I've actually gone over the third one, so I shan't go too much into the third one. So if you feel that you're lacking control in your life, your power to be good, this is the beautiful colour of yellow or gold, and it sits just below where your rib cage parts in the front, okay? So now we've got the heart chakra, which is our 4th one. This is the most important one for me because it's about empathy. It's connected to touch, the sense of touch. Normally it's green, but some people see it as pink. Okay? I see it as green mainly because it's a healing colour and it's connected to Archangel Raphael, which is the healing angel I bring in when I'm doing my work. Okay, if you're feeling, and you went to the number 4 room, it means that you are actually struggling with unconditional love, whether it's unconditionally for yourself or whether you're finding it hard to give unconditional love to others, whether it's in relationships. Now, somebody may have been abused in their life and they find it hard to let go and to love and trust again. So on a level, they may have a cluttered room because they can't give, and that's the front chakra again, because they feel that they can't give anymore because they've been damaged, okay? If it's their back chakra, it's because somebody's obviously makes them feel damaged, and it's their input and their energy that makes them feel that they, are not good enough. It's that sort of external influence that makes people feel, trapped. So when you have empathy and touch and love, and when you're empathic, people out there, if you're empathic and you feel what other people feel, that is what an empath is. I work off my heart chakra because I am a feely, touchy person, okay? And that is where I feel that my power comes when I do meditation. It feels like it's coming from my heart, which is your layer of your aura, which is your astral body. Okay. So it's the green one. When you go into your astral body, it's where we go when we dream. Okay? And it's always surreal. It's almost like surreal because it's a dreamlike state and we just sort of float there and we actually process our day in our dream state. Okay, which is, I always see it as green. So if you are struggling with your 4th room, which is your heart chakra, it's because you're either struggling with unconditional love and mainly to do with yourself. And it's all to do with self-worth. Maybe your unconditional love and empathic nature is frowned upon because, believe you me, there's lots of people out there that frown on people that are empathic and in touch with themselves because they may be different. They may be a gothic, they may be an artistic person, they may be a dancer, they may be a painter, and they don't get the value of their skills. So society tends to think, oh, they were different or they're a bit weird, but they're empathic. They've got a great sense of feeling for animals and people and caring. So many carers out there, whether they're nurses or helpers of any sort in the human way to help people, they are empathic. Yeah. They have a feeling. So if your fourth room is cluttered, it's because you're struggling with your unconditional love. Maybe it's for others, or whether you find it difficult to put your creativeness into a place that makes you feel happy. Now, creative people struggle if they haven't got an avenue to place it. You find that the most fantastic musicians that have troubled lives write the most beautiful songs when they're in trouble. Yeah. Their words are almost like given from God, angels, because they are feeling what that empathic feeling is, and they are so creative. Some of the fantastic painters are the probably, the weirdest people in the world when they're actually painting, because they're in that zone. Yeah. So anybody that works on their fourth room, you just rest assured you are special people. You are healers, natural healers. You need to know that people want to be like you. They may ridicule you, but they want to be empathic. They want to be creative. They want to be able to dance. They want to be able to play an instrument. They want to be able to sing. So you take it from me, use this innate skill, develop it and find a place for it, because it's going to be fantastic. People will flock to you. Wow. Just make more of it. Yeah. So, you like that one, didn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. And how about the lift? Because you said about, going up to a level, and I went to a level 7.
Did you? Well, with your 7, you see, it's because you're looking for, it's your third, well, that's actually your crown chakra.
Oh, okay.
So your crown chakra, some people see the crown chakra as pure white crystal quartz. Some people see it as amethyst, right? Okay. It's your connection to God or creation, okay? So when people are actually in their crown chakra, they're looking for a greater wisdom, a greater energy, a greater purpose, okay? I do think that there's several levels with the chakra system, and people that have never done spirituality, this is something that actually came to me a few years ago, because I was trying to break down how the chakras work. I hope it's not too in-depth for some people, but if I'm going to actually explain the crown chakra in 3 different levels, your first level is, does God exist?
Right,
okay. Does God exist? Oh, is he there? The second level is, oh yeah, I believe, I know now. I know that he exists. I know that there's a greater purpose, and I know that the universe is actually feeding me with what I want, all these wonders. The next level is when you know it's there and you're part of it. See, once you believe that God or energy or universe, I use the word God, but I don't actually see him as a little old man up there. I mean, for me, I'm a bit of a realist, okay? I see that universe is God because it's creation. It's a word that man's made. I'm not a religious person, but I do love religious people because they have a connection. So anybody out there that think that I'm, a Satanist, it's not at all. It's the fact that I believe, my belief is God is everything.
Yeah.
And it's a word we've created, and it's a fine word. It's a great word, so why not use it, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
But I do believe that once you believe that you are part of God, part of the universe, part of the whole thing, you relax. It's like you're not searching anymore. Yeah. When we're searching, we're always unhappy. I'll be searching all the time, is there? Can I, please.
Help me, save me.
Yeah. But once you know that there's no distance between you and what's out there, then there's nothing to be saved. You are actually in a good place already.
That's so true, yeah.
But that's my perception. It might not be everyone's, but I do see that there's lots of levels of, awareness, being open, When your chakras, they breathe. So the more spiritually you work, the chakras actually work on a very high level. Okay? So if my belief is great, if I believe I can help somebody in New Zealand and they're so far away, because my belief is that there's no distance between us.
Yeah.
That is the power of belief.
Yeah.
If I think, well, it's a long way and I might have to get on a plane, and well, you've killed the moment, you've killed the energy, and it's not going to work. So you've actually killed it by your own negative thoughts. So we need to be positive. If we're positive, that things can flow and happen.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I'm positive in every area of my life.
No.
But I try to be. I try to see... I don't want anyone to think, oh, well, he's got all the answers. And I haven't. I'm actually understand that I'm actually working through these things.
Yeah,
okay?
Exactly. Self-awareness, that's where it all starts.
Self-awareness and understanding that it doesn't matter if we get it wrong.
No.
Sometimes we have to understand that getting it wrong is getting it right.
Yes, it's like losing is winning, and failure is success.
Yeah, because each time you fail, you can change your route and say, well, I'll do this next time.
Yeah.
It's completely...
Exactly, yeah. And there's another thing that I heard the other day where they say, if you're not failing, you're not trying anything new. So how boring.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, I think that this is another thing of pressure about being successful in material world. It was so easy years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Just do ums all day. It's great.
Wow.
So we've covered the 7th. We haven't covered the 5th, which is your throat chakra.
Okay.
Now, this is a great one, throat chakra. If you are troubling, it's beautiful blue, okay?
Oh, okay.
It's connected to Archangel Michael. If you believe in angels, it's the colour blue. When I want angels to cut and remove blockages, it's always Archangel Michael. And you say his name 3 times and ask him to remove blocks. It's very, very powerful. Okay. I also say it to the people now listening. I want you to hear what I'm saying. I want you to feel that you can say the same thing. If you're ever in doubt or trouble, or if you're in a place where you feel threatened, just send his energy around you in blue. Okay? Archangel Michael, Archangel Michael, Archangel Michael, protect and cover me with strength and purpose so I can do the deeds and the work I need to do. Thank you, Michael. That's all you need to say. Okay? Wow. Yeah. You'll find that don't ask to be saved. Ask that you've already been saved, and you're thanking him for that is actually already in your life. Yeah. Which is another thing. If you always think that something's already in your life, it's actually a very positive energy because basically you're actually preempted that they're going to give it you and you're thanking them in anticipation it's going to come. It's a positive thing. Yeah. It's like looking in the mirror and saying how beautiful you are every day.
Optimism all the way.
Positive. Just start to love yourself, start to realise that you are a beautiful being. No matter what colour, what race, what belief, what size you are a soul that has a beautiful energy that nobody can challenge. Yeah. It is you. Okay? So your throat chakra is about expression. It's connected to your ears and your voice. It's the colour blue. When we actually express ourselves, it's our creative centre. So we need to be creative. So it's the sense of hearing and voice. Okay. So we need to be creative. So that's why singers need to look after their throat chakra. Yeah. Because basically this is where the sound of your voice is healing. Okay? The sound, if somebody ever listened to the most fantastic opera, it's because they are working on their chakra, their throat chakra. If you find that your room is gloomy, it's because you may feel that people are not listening to you, or you feel that you've lost the ability to talk and people to hear what you've got to say. You may be stifled with the idea that you have nothing to say. And this is when your throat chakra blocks. People get problems with their thyroid. They get goiters. They get throat problems. The stress in the vocal cords is because you are inhibiting what you need to say. Okay. If you are like that, I suggest that you sing to yourself. Try to relax these vocal cords, because that is the most creative thing. They say that the first thing in creation was sound, right? The first crack of energy, whether it's an atom, whether it's the planets colliding, it was sound, right? So the sound is the most important thing. When we give this sound, when we start to hear what we say, it's the most creative thing you can possibly do in this world. Be a voice, be heard. If you are not heard and your room is cluttered, make sure people hear it. And if your room is blue and it has got no music, there's no balance, there's no energy, change it. Put the music on. Hear the sound of the Om. Everybody knows what the Om. Om. Repeat this until you feel that your energy is flowing. Eventually, if you do this for, say, a couple of minutes, you will feel that your head will feel like it's open. I do this sometimes when I'm driving, and I can do the Om, and it feels like my vibrations, my chakras are open, my head starts to burn on the top. It's because I've actually opened to source. It's the most, it's one of the oldest sounds on the planet, I would say, from mankind creating the sound. And they do say it's the sound of the earth. It's basically the energy of the earth. I've not done any research on it. I just feel that that's what it was. And maybe, your listeners might sort of put me right. But when I'm doing the Om, it's feel like I want to touch the ground and feel that resonance. So everybody out there, have a voice. Listen. You don't need to take everyone's advice, but sometimes listen.
Yeah.
And then when people say what they want, say, no, it's not my way. This is how I feel. And say it with a calmness. You'll find that people will start listening to you. People that say a lot but swear a lot doesn't mean to say they are in control of their chakra, because the vile words that come out are out of control. So it's them actually being out of control because they can't actually say anything or articulate words that are of an energy. It's just vulgar. It's losing control. It's losing control. Anger is losing control. Anger is good.
Yeah.
Destructive anger is bad. People get mixed up with anger. Anger is the most fantastic thing. If you put it in a positive way, like running 100 meters, being successful at your job, you can put anger into such creative ways. But to be violent or abusive, anger then loses its control.
Yeah.
So be careful what you say. What we say is not always the best thing for us. Right. Okay?
There's a lot of intelligent people that I know and hear who, say the F word because they're passionate about their topic, right? Well, the F word it's been lost in our culture. People swear now without actually meaning to swear. Okay. When you think people use language now because it's become a word instead of another word, I don't think that's the same. When people actually swear at somebody and they've got meaning, it's the energy that comes behind it. And we live in a culture where there's the F word or whatever word it is everyday occurrence, and it could be a word instead of the correct word, and that's people using it, but we're not using it in the same context of what it was designed. Okay. So it's how we use our words. Yeah.
So you need to be aware of that. You need to be aware of that. It's how we use it. If we're using it, it's like if we're being racist and we're using these words and then we actually really mean it, and then that is when it becomes destructive. Okay. Because it's aimed at somebody else. Yeah. If I'm swearing at myself in my head, it's aimed at me. It's not harming anybody, But we all cuss and we all swear. We're all human. I'm not this beam of light, which doesn't say bad things. In actual fact, I'm I'm the other way. I like to express who I am and have fun. Yeah. I don't want to actually, contradict, who I am. I am what I am. As long as I'm good and people see that my essence is good, that's enough.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
We've got one chakra left.
Yeah. Number 6.
Number 6. Okay. It's your third eye. So your third eye is about seeing, right? Seeing into the future. Now, there's 3 levels. On the very primate sort of stage where, what am I going to have for dinner tomorrow? Oh, okay. I wonder if my Aunt Mabel's out there. I wonder if I could be something next week. I wonder if I can do this. You start to project yourself forward. Okay. And then on the next level is that the spirit. You're connected. That's when you start to see your third eye opens. I will say about chakras, I don't want anybody to think that, I want to see, it might not be the chakra you're actually born to work with. Okay. My chakra is my heart chakra. Mm. Some people I know, they'll work on their third eye because that's their chakra that's the most strongest. Now, I do think it's to do with the astrology and the elements and the planets and when they were born. It's about their makeup, okay? It's only a theory, but I feel that as human beings, we've all got abilities and we will work on certain chakras, And to give you an example, a care worker that's got a great grounding energy will just put their hand on you and just say, look, everything's going to be okay. Okay? Somebody that's really good with their sacral will know how to make you feel safe in a relationship. They'll make you feel, don't worry, things will work out. But they'll say it in a way and you just, Your solar plexus is about people who know how to empower you because they're empowered. And they'll impart their knowledge and their power. They'll say, you're doing a great job, Anu. You are going to be famous. You're going to be this. It's like they are people that work off their, solar plexus because they are given that energy. Some people work off the heart because, like me, I'm an empath. Yeah. I work and I know and I touch and I feel other people's pain and grief. I feel it. I know it. People are great talkers. I've got a great friend, great talker with people. He's not a doer, but what he says is good and people listen. And he listens. Yeah. Okay? Lots of healing techniques in people they don't realise they have. Somebody that can see, maybe a medium that wants to comfort somebody with loved ones, okay? Or they may sort of be using tarot or angel cards or whatever, or they might be using that forward thinking, that inner belief that they can see beyond this realm. Okay. Yeah. And the people who connect you to God are probably people that are going to be priests or people that want to impart that energy and knowledge to people that need to feel believed. They need to make people feel that they are part of something. It's not just about living and dying. There's got to be more. These people have a greater extent of knowledge to what's out there in the universe. Yeah. Does that help at all?
That's beautiful, yeah. And I just hope that all my listeners are able to apply some of these chakras to their own lives, because some of the scenarios that you've spoken about relates to everybody.
Yeah. Everybody on this planet has gone through some trauma, whether it's when they were younger or whether they're going through it now. Yeah. Once you recognise trauma, and you recognise it's affecting your physical form or your everyday life, it's about filling them voids with a positive. Yeah. You start off by getting up in the morning and telling yourself how wonderful you are. And whether it's some people need to get into the shower and they have, once the shower's on them, they imagine a violet light cleansing them. And imagine that violet light is just stripping all the negativity away. So that beautiful heat. In your mind's eye, it's Saint Germain coming through. Just say his name 3 times. Saint Germain, I invoke your sweet name, keeper of the violet flame. Flush, wash, transmute all negativity that surrounds me for my day to start. Okay? That's your first start. You get up. Then, obviously, you tell yourself in the mirror that you're going to be successful, you're having a great day, I look good, yeah? So when you're going out there, you're confident. Boom. Yeah. These are things that we can do. But you have to start somewhere.
Yeah.
And then you find the areas in your life that you find difficulty and maybe go back into this meditation. There's going to be loads of subjects that we're going to go through because there's hundreds of them, really. But we'll go through them and you'll find that maybe this one wasn't, I didn't hit the problem, but the next one may.
Yeah.
And, but this is the whole point. We are trying to help people on many levels. We don't know what person or what they need at this moment in time, but we'll try and cover as much as we possibly can. If anybody thinks there's a subject we need to cover, please give Anu a comment and I will be glad to go over it and absolutely do something with it.
So naturally, what would you think would be the next workshop?
I think that once you've actually understood your problem, it's either cutting cords with that problem or meeting I think it's got to be your meeting your soul.
Okay.
It's inner child work because basically we need to be breaking it down. So, okay, we've associated there's a block. Now we need to actually heal our inner child. And that is a beautiful meditation. Oh, it's absolutely fantastic. So, and that came to me many years and I use it still now, but it changes. But that one is so empowering because most people don't realise how they've left that inner child. So without going too much into it, it'll be a great, great podcast to help people.
That's beautiful. Wow, thank you so much again. I'm touched. You've really inspired me on so many levels and your chakra education has just been phenomenal. Thank you so much, David.
Thank you. And thank you, listeners, for actually listening because I really want you guys to feel something from what I've said.
Yeah.
And I know that Anu's doing a great job here, but I can't do it without her. And I want you guys to know that we're doing this to help people get this energy out. I feel it's stuck inside me. It needs to come out. So if it's helping anybody, please give an idea of how it is. And I hope you're all well and see your little sparkly little faces, souls sparkling away. And
That's beautiful. Wow, thank you so much. That's beautiful. So, we have come to an end of our first workshop of removing blocks. And I do hope that, you have...
Understanding them as well, really.
Understanding your blocks, absolutely. I think that's really important. And just understanding the chakras because so many people still don't. And we really look forward to serving you again. Please do like this podcast, comment, share it with people who you feel could also benefit from this and click subscribe because once you do that, then you will not miss out on any future workshops. And we really look forward to serving you again, listeners. We love you. God bless. Namaste.
Namaste, everybody.
And while this episode comes to an end, you may want to check out my book, Victim to Victor, now available on audio and where I have shared my journey of evolving through self-help and a determination to cast off my damaging past. My goal is to reach out to fellow survivors of abuse and provide hope and motivation in their lives. I hope that I can help victors transform their lives and achieve amelioration in the process of discovering their true self. I also have a 12-week self-development plan which is absolutely free and it aims to guide you on your journey to recovery. You can find the link in the description below. Please like this podcast and tag or share it with somebody whom you know is going through a similar situation and may need help. I will be back with another podcast soon. Until then, take care and stay empowered.